I recognize this guy. What the fuck? You're like this dude from the movies and shit. You're fucking Craig X, man. And he fucking... That's you watching you. Watching you. I'm obviously a stoner, dude. I hope you guys enjoy. I think that maybe I forgot to mention how I met. He is one of those people that was maybe sent into my life by God. I don't know. Things happen in a funny way, dude. I'm obviously a stoner, dude. I've been a stoner for a long time, and I used to be into things that were related to pot. One of those things was maybe High Times magazine, any movie or anything that had to do with weed or something like that. Or for sure, fucking weed, how weed won the West. Shit, I can't remember the other fucking movies, dude. I was like so into weed movies and pot movies and anything that had to do with pot, like in the 90s. And so fast forward to when I'm an adult now in Mexico working at a recruiting company to which Craig has partnered, and he shows up one day and he starts, presenting himself. I'm Craig, and I'm not like a big reader. I'm really bad with names, but I know I'm really good with faces, right? So this guy shows up and I'm like, dude, I know this guy. I can remember faces for years. I don't forget people. I forget names sometimes, and never people. And I've never met this guy. I knew him from somewhere, or I've seen him from somewhere, and I was like, what the hell? He's like, so what's up, guys? I'm Craig, whatever. He's being really funny, so he presents himself to the whole group, and so we all get back to work, and then he starts walking around one by one to meet us, and he finally gets to me. I'm Craig, and I look at fucking Craig X, man, and he fucking like, let's keep that under the wrap. Let's talk afterwards. And so then after that, we kind of like hit it off. We had this like pot connection. And so I've known the Vato for like 10 years now, and I'm still with the guy. I'm with what he believes in, weed will heal the world. God gave us weed. It's like simple math. Anyways, that's how I met Craig X. Dun, 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 dun. Tempo 420 presents Wareo. Closest I come to preaching is being in front of a class. So what I'm going to be telling you guys or talking to you guys about today is how I ran into God in my life. Wasn't much of a believer when I was younger. I didn't really believe in God too much. So there was this moment in my life where I was in jail for doing some stupid shit. While I was locked up, I was bored out of my mind. So I asked the security guard if he could hand me a book. And so the security guard randomly chose a book. I did not really consider that moment or really didn't think about it in that moment, but he could have given me any book. Could have been the very first one, the last one, the one in the middle. There were so many books there. He just randomly grabbed this one book and he hands it to me. So anyway, the security guard hands me this book, and once again, it could have just been any book. So he hands me this book, and when I open the book, dude, I'm not much of a reader. So when I open this book, it says, "This book did not come to your hands by accident. God put this book in your hands." And I'm like, what the fuck? So then I continue reading, and he starts like talking to me. This book is talking to me. God brought this book into your hands, dude. I'm getting emotional. So I start reading this book and starts talking about, it didn't come into my hands by accident. Jesus sent this book to me. So I was very against that in the beginning of my life. Just like Craig said in one of his episodes, he said usually prisoners are the ones, or people on drugs are the ones that find God in their life because they're at such a low point that, that they have nothing else. So they find God. And I don't know if that was maybe the lowest point of my life, or it was a very bad moment in my life. I wasn't really looking for God either. I was just looking for a book to read. And I swear I just kind of felt that connection, that moment, that I don't know what it was. I just felt it. So then after being or feeling like an atheist, you're badass, or something like that all my life, this moment where I'm like in prison and I'm not even trying to look for God or anything like that, he just shows up and talks to me. And I kind of started like reflecting about my life, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck am I doing? What am I thinking? And so like I consider that that's the moment I realized that he's always been there. I had never been aware of that. So this moment just kind of made me aware of it. And I'm like, wow, I was just a stupid little kid thinking I'm like atheist or just badass, or I don't believe in God and whatever. Dude, God is here. God exists. God has been in my life many times after that, and many times before that. I just had never realized it. And so I could point out many other stories and other people, just like Craig said, you know, people that are angels in your life. But that's the moment that I wanted to talk about today, was the moment that God came into my life through that book. And so I hope you guys enjoyed my stories. God bless America. Viva Mexico. You guys have a good night.